Patrick here has kindly agreed to talk about what we did today and the importance of training. For those that don't know Patrick, I'm sure a lot of you do, Patrick was previously ECD at Ogilvy and EHS Brand, and now his own shop, Creative Matters. So over to you, Patrick.
Thank you. Hello! God, it's always nice to get a warm welcome from people you might have fired. Ugh. Anyway, I just want to talk for a tiny moment about talent, because there's a lot of it in this room today, and a lot of it is evident on the walls. And earlier today, there was a lot of it sitting here, a lot of raw and unfinished talent. We had over 200 kids from art schools and people looking for their first job in the whole communications business who came here at the invitation of Blue Skies to sit at the feet of some really interesting people. You know, Paul Banham took them through a day in the life of an agency. And after that, Matt Powell told them how to put together their portfolios online so that they reflected them as brands, you know, their personalities through their online portfolios. And then Graham Fink, if any of you know Graham, he's very tall and very eccentric, and he played to type. He was extremely eccentric and absolutely wonderful and very inspirational. And then I wound it all up by just shouting at them for half an hour, which is great. Now, the interesting thing is that all of you guys here today are the great and the good. And Blue Skies didn't have to do the event this morning. In fact, there was probably a sound financial reason for not doing it, because it cost money. You're the people they're really interested in, because you're the big swinging dicks with positions in agencies. You are the people who can give them briefs that they can meet, and everything chunters on. The people here this morning haven't got jobs. They haven't got status that you have. And so I want you to think just for a moment. I want you to go back, especially you, the creative people, to what it was like before you got your first job. Can you remember how bloody hard it was? Can you remember what you had to do to get your first job? I mean, Rory here, for example, for him it was particularly painful. He had to become an account man first. Now, the point is that most of us found somebody who gave real help. Someone in an agency who took the time and trouble to look at our portfolios and to really be constructive about it. I met a guy called Dave Trott who looked at my portfolio and he said, "This is complete shit." And his constructive criticism sent me back to work on my portfolio for 2 months, and eventually I got started in advertising. And so I owe him a great deal. Now, what we've done today is to match you guys up, because I want you to think of these people out there, the talent of tomorrow, and I want you to help them. And what we've done today is the 200 kids who are here, we've given them the names of 2 of you. And what we're going to ask them to do, all of you here, we've got your names, we're going to ask them to get in touch with you. So each student has got one of you by name. So you're going to get an email or a letter or maybe even a personal visit from somebody who was told this morning that you would help them get on in this business. And that's what I really want you to do, because each and every single one of you owed your start to someone. And now you might be the someone to help them get started. So we talked to them about actually making sure that your first approach to the great and the good is interesting, that it's branded, it's not dull and it's not boring. So if somebody kind of parachutes into your office, I'm afraid you can blame Graham Fink for that. So here we are, at a time when there appear to be 2 realities. There's the reality of most of us in which life is progressing, and then there's the reality of Robert Peston, and we're all fucking doomed. But you know, it's a fantastic time for creative people, because as clients say we've got less money, they still have the same targets they have to achieve. So actually they're open to suggestion more than they have been for the last 2 or 3 years. And in this market, this is also a time for new talent. So this morning was a fantastic opportunity to see these young people and what they could do. So I beg you, when you do hear from a complete stranger who's at Watford or at Bucks or looking for their first job, you receive them with warmth, with grace, and with your best advice. So thank you very much.